Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of graphing functions and identifying features. This is standard A.3C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 19 of the 2025 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we have this graph of a linear function here, just a straight line, and we've got one thing we're looking for. We're looking for the zero. Now, this is a vocabulary question. If you know what the zero is, this probably doesn't take you very long to identify. And if we look in our linear functions section, our linear equations, look, we're going to see standard form, slope-intercept form, point slope, or slope of a line. There's nothing in there that says anything about a zero. So we need to know what that term means on its own, but let's pretend that we don't have any idea. Well, what can we do with this line? Well, we could figure out what the slope-intercept form is, right? So let's see if anything interesting is happening with that. So we've got y equals mx plus b. So our b is visible right here, right? That's our y-intercept. And we've also got that right here, 10. And then our slope, right? So what is our slope? Well, let's just take these points here. And let's take those points, -5, 0. And let's just put those into our slope equation. And so we've got y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So let's make this x1 and y1, x2, y2. You could flip those if you want, it doesn't make any difference. 0 minus 10. And then I've got a -5 minus 0, so that's going to be -10 over -5, +2. All right, so that's our slope. It is moving up from left to right, so positive slope makes sense. So we could write it in slope-intercept form. Might not help us, but that's something we know how to do with linear equations if we don't know what 0 is. So our slope is 2, and our y-intercept is 10. Now, there's that 2. All right, so I've been able to get a 2 and I've been able to get a 10, but I'm going to cross them out because we know what those are. All right, so my 2 is my slope, or my m. My 10 is my y-intercept, or my b. So I'm stuck with -5 and -2. Well, I'm looking on this graph and I don't see anything for -2, right? So -2 would be about right here on the x-axis, about right here on the y-axis. Nothing interesting is happening there. We do have something interesting happening at -5, at least on the x-axis -5, and it's that point that I looked at right there, okay? So at -5, 0, we do have an x-intercept. Now, notice how it's -5, 0. The y value is 0. So I wonder if anything is happening with that. Well, let's think about the term the zero, right? So we're always looking for y here. So what happens if I plug in y into my value of 0 for my value of y into my equation? 2x plus 10. Well, what am I going to need to make x? Well, we've already figured it out. It's right here. If I make 2 times 5 plus 10, that's going to get me 0. So my x value of 5 results in a 0. And that's what we're looking for. A 0 is another word for solution if we're dealing with quadratics, or it's just another word for x-intercept. It's what happens when y is 0. So our answer is C.